Hello my Wulong Fallen Dynasty friends, this is Kadima with another video. This time not a build video, it's a video about the latest patch which was released yesterday, which you can find the patch notes online. If you do a Google research, you just can write Wulong patch notes and it will take you to the official website. You can go and read through all of them. I'm not going to do that. Just want to talk about some key features that were changed and some others that unfortunately have not been changed. Things that I want to show that have been changed. So if you now come to the blacksmith and you are checking your inventory, and if you press square to change to your storehouse, you now get those little orange shades on the sides of your screen, which kind of helps distinguishing between being on your inventory and being on your storehouse. So this helps you being a bit more mindful, not to delete stuff by mistake, selling stuff by mistake. You can now have an easier time doing this without taking so many risks. So this is a quality of life improvement that deserves praising. It's not a massive change, but it does help on the long run. Another thing I want to talk about, which is massive, and considering my latest video about the patch 1.04, which I believed the drop rates had been reduced, especially for the ape farming, and I made the video about it. I now want to make the video talking about the exact opposite of this. So if you go onto the website, it does mention the adjustments across all platforms, that the following adjustments have been made to drop rates. Increase the drop rate of items with high rarities after defeating bosses in the main battlefields. Increase the drop rate of items with high rarities after defeating sub-battlefield bosses in duels, and also increase the drop rate of items with high rarities after defeating other players in invade sessions. So now you are more likely to get 5-star drops, not only from the battlefield main bosses, not only from the sub-battlefield bosses, but also from other players when doing invasions or dueling in the arena. You are more likely to get 5-star drops with this latest patch, which is great, because if you are spending a lot of time playing PvP like I am, the fact that you can now get 5-star drops from your opponents, it's also a good thing, and it's definitely an improvement. So well done for the team for doing that. There are other adjustments and fixes that have been made, which deserve praising. I'm not going to go through all of them. Some things that have not changed, which I did, is I'm going to showcase one of them, is the price of the rank 9 steel and rank 9 leather. Now, they initially cost about 3 or 5k accolades, I'm not entirely sure, but then as you spend more and more, they will eventually reach the price tag of 30 grand per piece. Now, 30 grand per piece, it's a heavy price, and the reason is this is per piece, it's not for 3 pieces. So if you are talking about upgrading one single weapon, you will need 3 pieces of rank 9 steel. So 3 pieces times 30k, it's 90k. So you need 90,000 accolades to upgrade one weapon. Okay, now follow me on this. If you want to upgrade your entire build, so this covers both your main weapon, both your melee weapons, both your ranged weapons, and then all your 4 pieces of armor, you are going to need 4 plus 4 of these materials. So that's a total of 8 equipments that you'll need to upgrade. So considering each one of those equipments need 3 of these pieces, you are going to spend a total of nothing shorter than 720,000 accolades for one setup. For a complete setup, you need 720,000 accolades to be able to buy all of these from this guy. Now, these can drop during certain quests, and you might be lucky enough to and have the patience to farm them. But I just still think these should be priced a bit lower. Maybe off price would make a big difference, because people like me who make build videos would then have a bit of an easier time getting all of our gear fully upgraded. For example, as you can see on the set I'm using right now, yes, I have my main weapon at rank 9, but this one is at rank 8. This one is at rank 9, but this one is at plus 8. This one is at... These three are at 9, but my bracelets are still at 8. So, yes, ultimately you have to kill a lot of people or do a lot of co-op, but think about it this way. If you need 720,000 accolades to completely upgrade your armor, and the average player will give you around 1,000 accolades, sometimes less, sometimes more, but let's make it the average 1,000 accolades, right? That means you need to kill 720 people in PvP to fully upgrade your entire set. I mean, it's not ideal. In my opinion, it's a hell of a long effort and a long time defeating players just to get enough to be able to buy these from the old man at the village. Maybe the prices should be lowered, or maybe the rank 9 leather and steel should be put into rewards for certain missions, so it will also give the players a good reason to replay these missions. I'm just thinking it would be a good idea to go in that direction. Another thing I want to talk about now, going back to the drop rates. I have done some testing with going back to the ape farming with my luck farming build. And I can say I genuinely can tell a difference straight away. I'm going to showcase the footage right now, but I just want to mention something else that I wish had been changed, and probably most of you guys are aware, as you have probably seen my videos, and maybe you have using it yourselves, and this issue has not been addressed, and it's quite a shame. Now, Lion's Roar. Let's talk about this spell. This spell is currently bugged. The spell states, lets out a shout that generates a shockwave. Enemies hit will be forced to lock onto you. This is all good and fine, no problem. But then it says, also decreases damage taken from enemy attacks for a certain period of time. Now, decreases, it's the problem here. It says, decreases damage taken from enemy attacks for a certain period of time. I have no issues with that. If you want to tell how much this reduction is, it's around 50%. So if you are taking hits of about 100 per hit, you'll be taking something like 52, 48, something around those numbers. Now, absolutely no problems with that. That's what this spell is meant to be doing. This is what it's meant to do. Absolutely fine. That's what it should do. But my problem is, at the moment, the Lion's Roar is broken. Every time you are Fatal Striked, or you Fatal Strike an enemy who's got Lion's Roar activated, as you probably know by now, it does 0 damage. So, it doesn't decrease the damage, it completely nullifies Fatal Strike damage. And this is a bug. Nothing in the ability states that it should be doing this. So, in my opinion, and the opinion of the majority of the people I've spoken with about this, it's just a bug. It's not meant to do that. Let's talk about numbers. When I use my tank build, the tank build was designed to kill people with fatal strikes. That's the idea. That's why I use a hammer. I try to break people's spirit, and then when I land the fatal strike, the idea is to kill them straight away. If it doesn't kill them, at least leave them like 1 or 2 hits away from being killed. That's the idea of the build. That's the problem with Lion's Roar. Lion's Roar basically denies me the Fatal Strike damage. It doesn't reduce it. So my build is designed to do around 800 damage on a Fatal Strike. With Lion's Roar, let's say it should do 400. I would be happy with that. I could understand that. That's what it's meant to do. But when it does 0 damage after my Fatal Strike, it is kind of annoying a little bit. That's why I'm using it myself. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I am using it myself. But why am I using it? I am using it because everybody else in PvP is using it. and it's broken. I mean, I have had fights in duels with some of my friends. I ended up stunning them 8 times in a single duel, and they survived because of the Lion's Roar. And then I wasn't using Lion's Roar at the time. They managed to stun me 1 time, they Fatal Strike me, and they kill me. So it's a bit of an unfair situation, isn't it? When a single ability basically turns a fight into a very unfair fight. If your enemy is using Lion's Roar and you are not, you are immediately at a disadvantage, because you can Fatal Strike your enemy as many times as you want. As long as the Lion's Roar is there, you're not going to kill them. Maybe you can kill them after the Fatal Strike, which is fair enough, but I can tell from my own experience, more often than not, I survive what follows the Fatal Strike. Maybe they cast poison on me. Maybe they cast flames. Most times, I survive. I rarely die from what follows the Fatal Strike on an empty damage because of the Lion's Roar. So this does impact PvP in my opinion, especially PvP, because you don't really get Fatal Strike when you play PvE. But yeah, I think it should be fixed. Most of the people I spoke with believe the same. It should be fixed as soon as possible. It's very annoying, especially for those of us who love PvP, and we want to get rid of that side effect. I will continue to use it. As I said, the reason why I'm using it, for example, in this build, is I have light armor. I have every single piece of my gear is light armor. I have very little defense. So this will give me the extra defense that allows me to stay alive. I don't want to survive Fatal Strikes. I don't want to say, oh, I don't really care if I get Fatal Strike because it's not going to do anything. I don't want to say that. I want to play fair, but as long as everybody's using this, I have to use it as well, because I don't want to be at such a massive disadvantage. But I will showcase both things right now. I will showcase me farming the ape a little bit using my luck build, and I will show you that the Lion's Roar is still doing 0 damage on Fatal Strikes. Thank you so much for watching it this far. I hope you guys are having a lovely time and that you enjoy the changes with the new update. If you haven't been doing any farming, I would strongly recommend now it's the time to go for it. If you ask me, should I farm the ape or should I farm the terracotta soldiers? Here's my reply to you. The patch clearly states that the drop rates were adjusted to bosses. It doesn't mention anything about normal enemies like the terracotta soldiers. It mentioned bosses for main battlefields and sub-battlefields. So if you want my honest opinion, probably now is a good time to go back to the good old ape farming. And if you want some evidence, I will show it to you right now. If you have made it this far into the video, please stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't just yet. Leave a like on any questions in the comment section down below. So going back to my usual ape farming with my farming build, I do my buffs, I get rid of the NPC. I'm just going to show I have 232 luck right there. I also got more than 2 pieces of gear giving me increased item drop rate A. So this is the first run. On my first run I get 2 3 stars. No luck here. On my second run, 1 5-star. On my third run I get 2 5-stars. On my fourth run I get no 5 stars. On my fifth run I get 1 5-star. On my sixth run I get no 5 stars. On my seventh run I get 1 5-star, actually 2 5 stars. Eighth run, another 5-star accessory this time. Ninth run I get a 5-star helmet, yellow turban. And on my 10th run I get another yellow turban helmet at 5 stars. Now, for the demonstration of the Lion's Roar, I got my friend ArcWolf01 helping me showcase that this is actually broken. It shouldn't do this. I wish it had been fixed. I stun him, I do the Fatal Strike, and as you can see, 0 damage. It shows on the screen, 0 damage. Great! Now let's do it one more time. I don't want people to think, for those who are unfamiliar with this current situation, that this is meant to be like this. I'm gonna Fatal Strike him again. Look, 0, 0. 0 damage. Yeah, that's the Lion's Roar for you. I'm just gonna duel my friend now. He's been helping me quite a lot with testing some builds, testing certain features in the game here and there. He nearly got me here, actually. My deflect timing there was a bit off. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish the fight with him while I finish talking about this patch notes. I think it is quite good that they increased the drop rate, especially for mini bosses and bosses on main fields and sub battlefields. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but most people agreed that they felt the drop rates had been lowered with the previous patch. There were certain people very skeptical about this, saying I was just going on with some conspiracy theories. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but the funny fact is, now they have been increased, and now they are actually in the patch notes. Maybe it's just me. In any case, I'm just happy to see that the farming is a thing again, and those of you who haven't 5 stars can start getting them now. Thank you for watching the video. Of course, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't just yet, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Cheerio!